What's up, dudes? Welcome back to my channel. We can pretend that it hasn't been over a year since I've uploaded. I actually had to check and make sure that I still had any subscribers. I think my last upload was in July of 2021. And I guess a little backstory for those of you who don't know me and haven't ever watched my YouTube or don't follow me on Instagram. So last year, it was June 8th, I think to be precise, I quit my comfy desk job and just tried to make it off of art. And so far, as you can see, I have not starved to death, which is what I was afraid of. Yeah, so much has changed in just a little over a year that I don't even know where to start. So my last upload was of me and Marissa going to Athens, Georgia, so I could show some of my art and sell it. And there were other things that I was in the progress of doing that I didn't tell anybody about. You will know what I'm referring to if you follow my Instagram, but I just like to keep things to myself until they are done or close to being completely done. So basically, back in 2021, in June, literally the day after I quit my job, I got a call from Now or Never Gallery. That's where Megan works, who has done like most of my tattoos. And they asked if I wanted to start working the desk to pick up some hours. And it was just like 3 hours, 2 times a week, or something like that. And then they asked if I wanted to apprentice. So everything worked out so wildly perfect that it's still so interesting to me. But Megan was my mentor through my apprenticeship, and now I'm officially a tattoo artist. And I'm really, really fortunate to be at the shop that I'm at because everybody's awesome. Like, there's no drama. Everybody does something completely different. Like, as far as tattooing style, so wildly different, but they're all so good at everything that they do. I also did quite a bit of traveling. There for a while, I was in Knoxville every weekend to do different art festivities, and then I had gotten with Southeast Punk Flea Market. We went to North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, so different cities in those states, and that was a lot of fun, and that's how I would show my art and sell. That was something that I put on kind of a hold until I got through my apprenticeship, but now since I'm out of it, I think next year I would really like to start that back because that was awesome. So like 3 months ago, I made a story on Instagram for you all to ask questions if you have any questions, so I guess I will go over those now. So these two were kind of similar. It says, what's the hardest part about learning to tattoo? And what is your biggest challenge as a new tattooer? So the hardest part about being a new tattooer is surviving your apprenticeship. I was lucky and I still got some source of income during my apprenticeship, but for the most part, a lot of starting tattoo artists don't have any other income when they begin. But while you're an apprentice, you make mistakes and you have to learn how to fix those mistakes. And learning how to tattoo is probably the most terrifying thing I've accomplished. I love tattooing, but starting out for your first several tattoos, you're a nervous wreck. A nervous fucking wreck. Like, my hands would shake, which is not cool. Like, you can't tattoo and your hands be all shaky. And yeah, I would have to like walk around or go to the bathroom so I didn't have a panic attack. I've been tattooing for almost a year in December, so I'm good now. There's still certain things that make me nervous, but not like that. I'm not sure what exactly this means, but it says, do you believe in learning the rules so you can break them? I mean, the rebellious teenager that still lives inside of me wants to say hell yes. But I guess, what do we mean? I think that all rules should be examined. I'm definitely somebody who sees everything as various different shades of gray rather than black or white. So I'm just gonna stick to a yes. I'll just stick to a yes. How many tattoos have you done total? Through my apprenticeship, I counted them, but I quit when I got to 50, and I had hit 50 some time ago. So I don't even know what to guesstimate there. Quite a few. Have you considered tattoo streams on Twitch? No. I don't know how that would work. Like, are you referring to me tattooing live on Twitch streams? Because that could be interesting. I'm not sure how my clients would feel about that, but that could be cool. I didn't know people did that. Have you ever done any digital art? Procreate? Yeah. So I actually draw all of my designs on Procreate. I'm pretty sure that's what most tattoo artists are using. It's very efficient because before that we would just have to draw it on paper, and then if you want to flip the design or change any teensy-leensy little thing in there, we'd have to redraw the whole design over and over again. So Procreate is a lifesaver for that. As far as doing like graphic art just for fun on it, I have messed with it, but I don't love that as much as I love just painting or drawing with like pencil and ink. Are you single? Yes. Yes. So that's really not my goal right now. I just want to try to get as far as I can with my career path. And I was talking to somebody about this at the shop the other day, and they described it. I'll just tell you how they described meeting the person for them. But they said that if you just look at life like a race, you're moving towards the skull, and while you're moving towards the skull, there's going to be people that shift lanes and go in other directions, or they just stop. But once you get so far down, you'll look beside you and there's going to be somebody running with you in the same direction, and that's your person. So I guess I will just wait until one day I'm where I want to be at, and I look beside me and there's somebody that's been able to keep up and been with me the whole time. And until I find that right person, I'm totally okay with just being alone, because I'd rather be alone than be with the wrong person. Because if you've also watched my YouTube channel over the years, you know that I've been down that route, and no thank you. How do you become a tattoo artist? So every state is different. In Tennessee, you have to apprentice for it. And I think the hardest part of that can be just finding somewhere to apprentice at, because you have to have a full shop that agrees to apprentice you, but you also have to have a main mentor who will teach you and sign up. Oh, and a lot of people think that there's like some test at the end of your apprenticeship that tests your art skills, and there's not. So we took a bloodborne pathogen test and different safety tests to make sure, you know, we're safe with blood and things like that. But as far as a grade on art skills, that doesn't happen. So that's completely up to your mentor whether they feel like you're ready or not. Do you have advice for new artists? This is gonna sound really cliche, but I would say just don't give up. The arts, for the most part, it's a very unstable path to walk. I love what I do. I literally would not choose to do anything different. There's nothing in the world that I would rather be doing. It can take years. It can take years to make money off of this, and that can be deterring. For me, art was never something that I even cared if other people liked, like what I was doing. Because there for a while, nobody knew that I did art. Like when I was younger, you only knew that if you came over to my house or you happened to see me drawing or something. It wasn't something that I publicly tried to put out there. I just did it because I fucking loved it. And it also takes a while to find your people. There's literally going to be somebody for anything. So there's always going to be a group of people that really enjoy your work and want to pay money for it. But it can take a while to find a large enough group of people who consistently will want to buy your stuff. And people also know that this isn't a very stable career, and I guess a lot of people don't look at it as a real job. And just ignore those people, because you can do it. If you really want it, you will always find a way. Yeah, I remember whenever I made the decision to quit my job, and I definitely had a lot of people that were not rude about it, but you could just tell that they doubted it and they didn't think that But for me, that only inspired me to push myself harder to make it work, because anytime I'm told that I can't do something, I will do it. This is such a hard thing to explain, but for artists, I don't feel like creating is a choice. Like, we have to create. I am miserable. Any point in life where I was not making things, I was absolutely miserable. It's not an option. It's literally our lifeblood. And people who don't create do not get that. But also, I remember whenever I quit my job, it's not even like I felt like I was making a choice. It was like this strong pull towards doing it. Like, there was just no other option. It's like I had to do it. And it's so hard to explain. But I would just be sitting at my desk, trying to get through like all my paperwork and computer stuff, and looking over at my paint and canvases and just being like, fuck, like that's what I should be doing. And it's just, I knew in my heart that I needed to just stop and try it. Yeah, there's a lot of obstacles and just different things that you will have to overcome taking this as your career. But as long as you stick to it, there's a saying that I really like, and it says the universe falls in love with a stubborn soul. And I believe that. But that's today's video. That's all I got for you all. I just wanted to fill you in on what adventures I have been partaking in, and I'm gonna try to start uploading more regularly because I do really like doing this. I've waited so long to try to film again that it feels fucking awkward as hell doing this, like being in my living room talking to nobody. It got to the point where I was used to it and it felt normal, but I feel so weird right now. So I'm gonna try to get over that again. But thank you all so much for supporting me on this journey. So thank you to people who buy my artwork. A huge thank you to everyone that let me practice on them during my apprenticeship. And huge thank you to all the clients that I now have. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Bye!